Hi, my name is Will Finley, and I am an independent crime journalist. And I am the person who is behind all the content here on 411 Now. You may notice that this video is very subdued. I'm dealing with the old COVID again. It hasn't taken my voice yet, but it's taken the rest of me so far. First question. How is it that Josh Duggar is able to use the phone so much? Well, that has a very simple answer to it. Josh Duggar is in a small housing unit that only has 3 cells. Let me explain to you what these 3 cells look like. The cell has a toilet, a sink in it that is all one unit, where the tank of your toilet at home would be on the back end, where water is held to aid in flushing, is where the sink is. And there's no seat lid to be lifted. It's all one piece. There is a bed in there, and then there is a small writing area with a seat that is already part of it. You can't move the seat around. It's metal, and it's at an appropriate height for writing. If it's too small for you because you're too big, too bad. If it's not a high, if it's too high because you're short, too bad. It's all one piece. It's at a certain height. So that's his cell. In the actual day room outside of the cell itself, there is a television on the wall that's approximately 8.5 feet off the ground in that area. There is 2 separate tables in the housing area where he is. And they have the seats just like the table in his cell that are all part of one unit, the table and the seats. You can't move the seats around. So that's what's in that area, along with one television, just one. This area is used as a dual purpose area. It is used for disciplinary housing for those who get in trouble in the other areas of housing pods within the actual jail itself. And it is used to house federal inmates who are there for being detained for deportation, along with being held for the federal court system to be transported to a federal penitentiary. This is why Josh Duggar is there. He is there because he is a federal inmate. He has been found guilty of possession and receiving of child pornography. The sickest of the sickest shit out there. And we're not talking about here's your low-end child pornography and pictures. Then here's the high-end. What Josh had was the sickest of the sick. He had torture videos of child pornography. He had still photos of child pornography. And apparently, he really likes the younger, the better. And penetrational videos and films and pictures of that on little children. That's what he's into. I'm sorry for the graphic details there, but that's what he likes. Stop defending him. I'm sick of it. And you should be disgusted with yourself for trying to defend him. But that's what's in his housing unit. There's no other inmates in the other 2 cells. He can use the phone anytime from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. at night. If he needs to use the phone after that, he needs to ask the guards to use it, and they will let him out of his actual cell to use it. At night, he has to close the door, but it doesn't lock since there's no inmates in that housing pod with him. Again, there are 3 cells, and they're plexiglass, so, fronts, facades to them, so you can see in from all angles to make sure he's not harming himself in any way. The floor in the bed area is concrete. I mean, I guess he could bang his head on the wall until he bleeds himself to death, but he's not doing that. There's no microwave in this housing unit, no coffee pot. Can he get commissary is a question so many people have asked me. Yes, he can. he can get commissary. The last last and the most recent availability was this past Friday, which he would have received today, the 24th, would have been the first time he could have gotten commissary. I do not know if he got commissary or not. So, next question. He's been, and people have been asking me is, can you tell us more about these phone calls that he's making to his family? Oddly, yeah, I can tell you about it, but oddly, his victims are not calling him. His sisters, who he molested, are not beating down the door to talk to Josh Duggar. They're not calling him at all, nor is he calling them. Um, I'm sure you believe that other channel and creator a lot more than me, so there's no reason for me to go into his phone call list anymore, other than to say he's calling his wife a lot. He's calling his mommy, and his dad. Has he had visitation in person? Yes. Is he making a lot of calls from the video kiosk? Yes. It's all there. It's part of the phone system there in the actual housing unit he's in. He doesn't get to leave that area except for 1 hour per day. He leaves the housing unit 1 hour per day. He goes out to a recreational area that has basketball hoops on the walls. It's not out in the grassy, area. It's concrete as well. It has a mesh top over the top of it, so nothing can get out. You can't kick basketball out like a soccer ball, and nothing can be dropped in from drones from the outside. But that's where he goes for 1 hour per day. Again, from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at night, he is allowed to come in and out of his little cell into the little housing, area. They bring his meals to him. He does not go to a mess hall or anything. I really hope that I've been able to answer your questions. And as long as my voice holds up, and as you can hear, the more I talk, the weaker it's getting. But the longer if I'm able to tomorrow, I'll make another video. In the meantime, if you're not wearing your mask, I fucking hate you. Wear a mask. Have at least that much respect for the next person. Even if you don't believe that COVID's real, wear a mask. Thank you.